It's time, it's time, it's time. Movie night with Bella.
So I figured since it's your birthday, that we could revisit Bella on hers.
Happy birthday.
This story's called Twilight, New Moon.
I heard it sucks. Bad.
When do we start?
Now.
So Bella's having a dream, reminding us that Edward is a sparkly vampire.
Hello?
And that she's gonna get old while he stays the same age.
Date an older woman? Huh?
She then wakes up next to a copy of Romeo and Juliet, in case we're too stupid to pick up on the lazy references that are coming.
Wherefore art thou, Bella?
Apparently it's her birthday, and her dad got her a camera while her cheap mom got her a photo album.
You shouldn't have.
She goes to school, where she takes a picture of her friends, who she basically ignores now. Edward shows up,
Hello?
and they bail. She comes to her senses about their relationship.
I'm 109.
Well, maybe I shouldn't be dating such an old man. It's gross.
And then Jacob shows up and hits on her in front of Edward.
You like me, right? And you think I'm sort of beautiful?
They then go to class, where they're actually watching Romeo and Juliet, in case the book wasn't enough for us. And it seems that Mike is the only one with a proper reaction to this story.
Okay, I think I'm gonna stop.
Edward tells Bella that he was planning his suicide as he rushed to save her before. Like he had a fully fleshed out plan, which he reveals to her at his house that night.
Happy birthday, Bella.
Right? He then tells her about the Volturi, a group of vampires that make sure humans don't find out about them. Alice interrupts them and tells her that she was rifling through her stuff.
Found it in your bag.
While she's opening her presents, she gets a paper cut. So when Jasper spills the blood, Edward chucks her into a table full of glass. They restrain him.
It would be nice to not want to kill you all the time.
But now Bella's arm has a huge gash in it. So Carlisle has to stitch her up and set her blood on fire. Bella tries to convince Edward to change her into a vampire, but what's the rush?
Is that a gray hair?
You're not gonna want me when I look like a grandmother.
She uses her birthday to get him to kiss her, and he doesn't look too happy about it.
How can you stand to be so close to her? It's not without difficulty.
And runs away into the night. Well, the next day, he's not at school because of the sunlight, but goes out to break into her house and then waits outside for her to come home.
Hello?
He tells her that because of what happened with Jasper, the whole Cullen family is moving, instead of him just not bringing her home anymore.
It doesn't make sense.
Seems a bit extreme after he told her.
The only thing that can hurt me is you. Bella, you give me everything just by breathing.
Well, she wants to go, but that would defeat the purpose of them moving. Apparently, she believed this crap.
Carlisle's supposed to be 10 years older than he looks. People are starting to notice.
He then tells her that she'll never see him again, and not to kill herself.
You just don't belong in my world, Bella.
One of your own kind, stick to your own kind.
And she might have taken this information a little easier if he didn't tell her all that mushy crap the night before.
You're my only reason to stay alive.
She then wanders into the woods looking for him, like she could keep up.
Can't really run with vampires, because they're fast.
And then she takes a nap, and some naked guy finds her. He returns her to her dad, and Charlie doesn't question why a half-naked man is carrying his teenage daughter out of the woods.
Famous ladies, man.
She's then catatonic for a few months, until she starts screaming herself to sleep. Her friends seem to believe that they have assigned seating in the lunchroom, and don't try to console her.
Your depression thing, I get it. I'm totally worried.
And Bella's under the impression that email addresses can be under maintenance and not just deleted. Her dad eventually gets sick of her crap and wants to ship her off to Jacksonville, even though she graduates in like 2 months. But I do give him credit for lasting this long. But she calls Jessica to go out, and it seems some bikers are catcalling them. The floating head of Edward shows up like a decapitated Jiminy Cricket.
Hello?
And tells her to keep walking. She then ditches Jessica to see if Edward shows up when she's in trouble. And when she sees him again,
Hello?
goes for a ride with a biker.
What are you, like 40?
But I guess Bella was her ride home because Jessica just waits for her to come back.
Lucky you didn't get probed.
She then attempts to send Alice another email to her deleted account telling her that she sees Edward.
I was texting my mom. She passed away a few years ago.
Oh.
She then goes to Jacob's house with dirt bikes for them to fix up together, and since he's so desperate to hang out with her, he agrees. His friends show up, so she tries to hide.
Always in the way.
She then orders pizza and throws it at him.
Gotta get that protein in there.
She sends Alice another email saying she's happy with Jacob, but still wants to use the bikes to see Edward again.
You're so stubborn.
Love you muchly.
She wakes up screaming again, and her dad thought that the dream catcher could be working, but they actually started when she got it from Jacob.
Sounds like she needs to burn it.
Burn in hell, you little green bastard!
I guess. But if Jacob really wanted to hurt her, he'd throw her off the cliff. He tells her that these guys are staring at him a lot, and then they go ride bikes.
You don't get on the back of some random loser's motorcycle.
She sees Edward
Hello?
and stops looking at the road to look at him.
Hit the brake!
She's bleeding, so Jacob uses his shirt to smear blood around on her head. She finally wants to sit with her friends again, and they look thrilled.
Yay!
And even though he knows Bella's still trying to get over Edward, Mike asks her out, but she invites everyone to come with them. The friends got the hint, but she doesn't realize that this was supposed to be a date.
No romance.
Jacob tags along, and she tells him to stay in the friend zone while Mike throws up from the movie. Mike comes back, and Jacob gets angry, apparently from having mono. Jacob promises that he'll always be there for her.
I won't let you down. You can count on me.
And then immediately breaks that promise by refusing to see her or take her calls, literally the next day.
Because of your general paleness and lack of know-how.
She goes over to his house to see that he cut his hair, which is not something a lot of Native Americans do.
Would you shut up? These are trade secrets.
He also got a tattoo, and she thinks it's because of peer pressure. He tells her they can't be friends, which is typical of the guys she's interested in.
Bella, we shouldn't be friends.
But his friends want to go run shirtless in the woods, so he has to go. She goes to the place she dreams about and sees that it's all dead.
Just a little something to brighten your day.
She also bumps into Laurent. He tells her that Victoria wants him to kill her, but a pack of wolves come and scare him away.
Things are gonna get very ugly.
Stop.
She tells her dad and Harry about the wolves, so they go hunting. Jacob comes over in his jean shorts and parkours into her window.
Parkour! Michael, parkour! 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 Parkour!
He says that he has a secret, but doesn't know if she can keep it.
She was dating a vampire.
I know. And then he tells her that she actually already knows the secret, but won't repeat it.
That's really selfish.
She has a dream and kinda remembers, so she goes to see Jacob. He's asleep, so she confronts his friends for answers. She hits one.
How about face punch? Have you heard of that?
And he turns into a wolf to defend himself from a 95-pound girl. And the other friends don't bother to do anything to help her.
Well, they seem great. Can we go?
She runs back to the house, and Jacob turns into a wolf to protect her.
Jacob's kind of a werewolf.
She goes with his friends, and they welcome her into the secret because she's cool with monsters. She talks to Jacob and asks him not to be a werewolf.
What, I'm not the right kind of monster for you?
He tells her that they killed Laurent, and Victoria's next. Well, she's hunting Charlie, and the pack find her and attack, but the search party doesn't hear them.
Your lack of confidence in us is a little insulting.
Victoria jumps into the ocean right as Bella decides that she wants to try cliff diving for the first time. She then has some waves beat her up, and she knocks herself out when she sees Victoria.
Such a clever girl.
Jacob saves her,
You want to commit suicide? You do it someplace else.
and she finds out that Harry died of a heart attack.
What a marshmallow.
She goes home and finds Alice just standing in her house.
Bella is alive after all.
Well, she thought that Bella drowned because she can't see the future if werewolves are involved.
Okay, so she can't see her when the wolves are chasing her, but didn't she plan to kill Bella with the other guy?
Shut up. She can't focus on her all the time. The point is, her powers don't work when a werewolf is around the person she's thinking about.
I can't see past you and your pack of mutts.
Anyway, after the phone cockblocks him, Jacob answers it when Bella's right there. It's Edward,
Hello?
oddly asking to speak with Charlie, and Jacob tells him he's out arranging a funeral.
She's dead.
Edward automatically assumes it's Bella's and is now heading from Rio to Italy so the Volturi can kill him.
Come and get me too, Gino!
Alice sees that Rosalie told Edward that she went to check on Bella and now thinks she's dead because Jacob was mad that he couldn't kiss Bella. She and Alice are rushing to the airport, but Jacob tries to stop her from letting Edward kill himself.
Guess I don't care.
And I guess the Volturi don't have phones because they have to go there in person to stop him from doing it. He plans on walking outside at the stroke of noon when he can be the most sparkliest.
I feel pretty, oh so pretty, that the city should give me its key.
This is also during the town's annual We Got Rid of the Vampires Festival, so it's extra special.
Where'd they go?
Alice doesn't think that Edward would believe her thoughts if she was thinking Bella's alive, so she doesn't try at all. In fact, she thinks he would do it sooner, so Bella has to go to the clock tower alone. She pushes through all these people in red robes right as he's about to take his shirt off.
I should be thoroughly repulsed.
He walks out and starts to sparkle. Of course, he has his eyes closed, so she stupidly doesn't yell stop or his name or anything, and he oddly can't smell the supposed heroin smell she gives off. She pushes him inside, and he still won't open his eyes, and thinks that he had a quick death that resulted in them meeting in heaven.
Hello?
But this actually gets them arrested.
Hall monitors on steroids.
And this chick comes around the corner seconds later wondering what's taking so long.
Man, vampires are impatient.
I know. Did these guys even make it out of the room before they sent her to check up on them? They literally have forever. So they go to the Volturi Council, and Errol reads his thoughts. He wants to read Bella's thoughts, but he doesn't see anything.
I can't even think.
Big surprise there.
Let us see if she is immune to all our powers.
The little one can cause pain to anyone with her mind, but it doesn't work on her either.
She confounds us all.
Jasper, no fair with the mood control thing.
Sorry, Bella.
They deem her a liability and want to kill her. And instead of having the vampire who's been restraining her do it as quickly as possible, they tell the guy across the room to do it, to give Edward a chance to save her.
Hello?
Edward and Alice try to stop them, but the vampires hold them back.
My kung fu's strong.
They're about to rip Edward's head off, but Bella has some sort of convulsion and tells them to kill her instead.
But they were already going to kill her.
Well, he reconsiders after hearing her emotional pleas.
Please. Don't.
Emily.
But he also knows that Edward doesn't want to turn her, so he goes back to his plan of killing her. Alice then tells him that she knows she'll be a vampire, and shows him through his thought touch power, which apparently shows them frolicking through the woods as vampires.
I'm never gonna run right.
He's intrigued by Alice's power, and can't wait to see Bella as a vampire, but doesn't just turn her now for some reason.
Because he's not intelligent.
They let them go, and see that they found a group of tourists to eat. They also happen to be the only people not wearing red cloaks today. Back home, she asks him how it was so easy for him to just leave, and it seems that she just forgot about her halfway around the world trip to keep him from killing himself.
Don't remind me.
He says he doesn't know how to live without her. I guess he forgot about the last few months, and the 108 years before that.
How'd you get so old so fast?
She goes to the Cullens to have them vote on changing her. All but Rosalie agree, and she decides to wait until after graduation. Jacob runs in front of the car to let them know that if they turn her, the treaty will be broken.
Can't trust vampires. Trust me.
She asks him not to make her choose, because she's already chosen. Jacob doesn't like this, and goes after Edward, but he pushes him, and Jacob transforms into a wolf to fight, but Bella breaks it up, and Jacob runs away.
Are you doubting your mad skills?
Bella says that she wants to be with Edward forever, and wants him to change her now. He says that he'll only change her if she marries him. And now she's hesitant.
What?
Plus, he probably thinks that Charlie won't give his blessing, and that'll buy him some time.
Gee, do you think she'll say yes?
Maybe I'm crazy now. I guess that's okay.
Can you just promise me something?
That you'll subscribe to this channel?
For Charlie's sake.
This is over.
Goodbye.
Good riddance.
Do not ever do that to me again.